you're a freelancer or a business owner and you do not have a website for yourself, then this video is for you, because in this video I'll be teaching you how to create a modern website using Canva alone. And this website is going to cover a whole lot of things. We are going to cover your portfolio, the services you offer, team members if you have team members, and we will also create a beautiful call to action that will lead prospective clients into wanting to work with you. So if you are interested, don't go anywhere. I should be back. Hey everyone, Benjamin here, a verified Canva expert based in Ghana. If this is your first time on this channel, then I think you should subscribe, because I always come up with videos like this. And if you're an OG, massive respect. I really appreciate you for your continued support. So yes, I think it's now time for us to switch into Canva. Alright, so here we are in Canva. The first thing I'm going to do is to click on create a design. And once you have that open, you can easily search for website. Okay, so just search for website and you should see all of these options. Make sure you're choosing the first option and the blank canvas should be open for you. For some reason, my internet is messing up, so just pardon me if some of the things get to delay to load. Just pardon me for that. Okay, it's okay. Alright, so you can see we have our blank canvas ready to roll, and the first thing we're going to do is to press on C on our keyboard, come into the color and choose no color, then come into the border style and make sure you are choosing the normal kind of border. Then with the border width, we'll just go for 2, okay, or if you want, you can just even go for 1, okay. So that we have a thin border like this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I'll duplicate using Ctrl D, place it on the initial border, on the initial circle, and I'll reduce the size like this. Okay, then I'll duplicate it again, place it in, choose any of the corners and press and hold Alt while you enlarge the size, so you can get something like this. Now do this for the last time. Okay, so something like this, then we increase the size to something like that. Alright, so we select all and use Ctrl G to group the whole element. Alright, then what we are going to do now is to increase the size so much. Okay, let me just do it again. I'll increase the size so much like this, and I'll move it somewhere here. Then we'll come to transparency and reduce the transparency to maybe 50. If the 50 is too much for you, can go as low as 30. Okay, so something like this is very cool. So this is like a pattern we are trying to create for our website. Then we are now going to be creating our menu. Okay, so this is something simple. Which pages or which sections would you want to have on your website? Okay, so depending on what you want to have, that's what we are going to be creating. So I will just press T on my keyboard. Okay, and I love to use pop-ins, so I would come here and choose pop-ins. Okay, and in our Canva has been able to truncate everything together, so you would have to click on the drop down to see more options of pop-ins. Okay, so we have so many options like you can see, and I'll just go in for the medium because I want it a little bit bold. Okay, so medium pop-ins. Right, then we are going to down create the various pages we want. The first one I want to have is agency. Okay, so agency. Right, then I'll click away, duplicate it and move it somewhere here. Okay, then we are just going to edit this and just say portfolio. So PO out portfolio. Okay, nice one. Duplicate it again, move it here, and make sure the intervals are the same. Then the next one we're going to have is services. Okay, services, then duplicate it, and depending on what you want to have, I think I'll just put maybe contact us. Okay, contact us, so I'll have that also over here. And depending on how these are outlined, I would want to reduce the size, the transparency of the shape I have. Okay, so I'll reduce it to 9. This is something cool. Then I'll just lock it. Okay, so you can just right click and you should see lock. Come to lock, and yeah, so choose everything here and position them somewhere here. Now I would want to create a sample logo for this particular design because I don't have a logo I already wanted to use for this, so we are going to create a logo in Canva. Okay, so I will just come into Typecraft. Okay, so first of all, if you haven't seen Typecraft, I made a tutorial on how to use Typecraft to modify your text inside of Canva. So make sure you're coming to apps, okay, and just search for Typecraft. Okay, Typecraft, it should load beautifully. Select it. So we have Typecraft loaded here, and let's say I want my agency to be called Vextor. Okay, so VEXTOR. Okay, so Vextor, and we can come here to choose any font at all. And the reason why I'm not taking my time to explain this is because I've made a whole video on this, so make sure to check. It's like about 9 minutes long, so I think checking it out is something that would actually benefit you. Okay, so just check it out if you want. All right, so I will just choose copper width bold. The style, I'll just go, just choose this, and we have the main section, which is the edit shape. So I will just drag the side up, right, and drag the side also down. Okay, then I'll just use these points to create something beautiful like this, so you can see what we have at the moment. Very beautiful. And I'll just come to add element to design, so you can see it's been added. Now I'll just press C on my keyboard. Okay, let me click away first and press C on my keyboard, and I would increase the size. Okay, nice one. Then I would maybe just have to send it back, so we have our shape in here. Now choose the color to white so that we can actually see it. Okay, then update element. Nice. I'll select the two of them and decrease the size, so something like this. And at the moment we are not able to group them. Okay, so we just have to position them here all together. Alrighty, all right. Okay, so now let's move to the main meat of this header. We are going to be creating our leading text and also add some photos and things like that. So let's see how to get that done inside of Canva. So first of all, press T on your keyboard. Okay, I think I should stop clicking on the shape. Okay, press on the keyboard to add any text, and I'll just say creative solution. No, creative first. I'll make it big over here, then I can duplicate this and place it here and just say solution. All right, and you have to be creative when it comes to this particular process. Make sure you are saying what you want to say on your website. I'm just showing you the path, but you have to be creative. Right, all right. Okay, so creative solution. Select the two of them and I'll make them big, position them somewhere here, and yeah, so this is what we have at the moment. I would come into photos, okay, or into elements, then we can choose maybe creative. Okay, because I'm designing this for a creative agency, so I'll just come here and just search for creative. Yeah, so we have all of this here. I'll come into photos and we can see there's so many photos, so I'll add this one, reduce the size of this photo, position it maybe somewhere here and reduce the size more. So we have this over here like that, and there are so many things we can also add. So I can maybe choose this one as well, decrease the size, okay, and maybe have it somewhere here, so I can just pull it out, okay, and have it something like this. If the text is too big, we can reduce the size a little bit, okay, so that we can have more space on the website. Okay, so something like that, and you just have to be creative. Just feel free, be creative about all this. Okay, so I'll add the third photo over here. I'll reduce the size, okay, and we can just crop it this way. Okay, double click. Let me double click first and move it like this. Okay, so you can see what we have at the moment. So now I would want to add some subtext. So I have my browser over here and I'll just go into dummy text. Okay, so dummy text generator, and the reason why I'm doing this is I just want to make it very easy for you. So I'm going to use a dummy text, but when it comes to where I'm adding text, make sure you're putting in the right text you want to have on your website. Okay, so I'll just copy everything over here onto the clipboard and I'll create a new page. Okay, so a new page over here and just paste everything here for now. Okay, so that I can just be picking and be adding. So I'll duplicate all of this and I'll move it over here. Okay, so over here, so we can have the text. So I'll select the text and I'll just use a small piece of the text. Alrighty. All right. Oh, okay, so I'll move this here and we'll just do this. Okay, then position it somewhere here, and I'll use the left alignment for it so that everything can be looking beautiful. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment for the header. Okay, so now we are going to move to the second page, and with the second page we are just going to do something simple. We are just going to add a big block of image in there because we want to show people our work culture, how our team gets to work and all that. So let's do that in Canva. Okay, so I will just press on add page and we have that over here, and I can just come into photos and I can just say teamwork. Okay, so teamwork, let's see if we can find any beautiful image in here. Already from the result I'm getting, this is not what I want, so I'll just come back and say creative team. Okay, so creative team, and that should be able to find us something beautiful we want. And feel free to use any photo of your choice, okay, because you know how you want your website to look, you know how you want your website to feel like. So make sure you are using images that send out the real vibe of your team or of your company. Okay, so yeah, so we'll choose this one for now. Right click, set image as background. Then I can add other images, maybe something like this. I can put this here, just be creative, okay, so I can put this here. If I want, I can add another image, so I can add this one also, reduce the size and drop it somewhere here. All right, okay, so this is what we have at the moment. So I think it's cool and it's beautiful. And yeah, that's all we are going to be doing for this section. Add a new page again. Okay, so a new page, and in this page what we are going to do is we are going to be giving people like an overview of what the company gets to do, just telling people more about the company and why they should trust us. Okay, but in this case I also use a dummy text, but you need to craft something. You can use ChatGPT or any AI tool like Jenny AI to come up with some nice copy for your website. Okay, so I will just say T on my keyboard and I'll increase the size, or I can basically just come here and copy and paste this over here. Okay, so I will reduce the size, and yeah, we should have something like this. So I can just say we transform ideas into reality. Okay, so then I'll just use the left alignment, and I'll just want to tuck my text in a little bit. Okay, so something like this. Select it. If your text has too much space in between, make sure you're coming to the spacing and reduce the line spacing. Okay, so something like this is cool. Okay, then you can just move it over here. Then with this I will reduce the size of this text, and I may even change the text, okay, to maybe Poppins regular, because we are using the medium for it. So I'll choose regular for a lighter text. Okay, reduce the size if you want and position it over here. So I'll increase this and also choose the left alignment for it. So now just come here and just copy some text, because we would want to see something more about our website. Okay, so about our company, not the website, sorry. So I will just use this, and I'll take all of this part out. Okay, yeah, I'll take it out, put a full stop, make sure you have like some nice punctuations in there. Alrighty, all right. Okay, so this is what I just want to say on our website. I know it doesn't make sense, but just pardon me. Okay, so we have this, and we can also bring the same pattern in here. So copy. Okay, so the thing is that we locked it, don't forget. So I would have to unlock it, copy it, bring it here and paste it over here, then right click layer and come to show layers. Okay, then make sure you're moving it to the back. Okay, that's so beautiful. So I can just put it here, and we have something like this. Then we would want to add some more images in there. So just still having this open, I can just select it, reduce it, the size of the image, and I can position it anywhere I want to, but I'll just reduce the size like this, and we can have it here. Even though this wasn't the same way I arranged everything on the initial website I showed you, because that was just to give me an idea of things I can do. So we just have this here. We'll also have this over here, just giving people how our work culture feels like. Okay, then we can also come here and just give this one also over here, so we can reduce the size, okay, to something like this, to something cool, something beautiful, exciting, and all that. Okay, so let's do this, and we have that. So you can see what we have been able to do. One of the things we can also do is adding a line. Okay, so a divider, as we call it when it comes to websites. So I can press L on my keyboard for a line, and I can position it here. This line is too thick, so we'll come into the border style, or the line style, sorry, and I'll just choose one, for the line width. So something like this, and I'll reduce the size so you can see what we have. Select everything excluding what you have in the background. Okay, and make sure you are centering it. Okay, so that's so beautiful. Now we are going to move on to the next page. The next page, we are going to be letting people know the services we offer. Okay, so this can include anything at all you offer to your clients. I'm going to list a few of them out, but just make sure you have all the services you want to inform people about. Okay, so let's just do that quickly. So I'll just come here, press add a page, or click add a page. Okay, then we have this beautiful thing over here. This is looking funny, so I will drop it down a little bit, the page height. Then the next thing we're going to do is I want to change the color. So not to make it a whole different color altogether, but just to create some differences. Okay, so I'm going to make it a lighter, okay, just very light. Okay, beautiful, 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 nice. So press L on your keyboard, okay, and increase the the length of the line. Okay, and you can do this by pressing and holding shift while you do that. Okay, and make sure you center it, duplicate the line, then reduce the length of it. Okay, so something like this. Then you come to position and make sure you're coming to arrange. Okay, so just make sure you're rotating it to 90 degrees. Okay, so 90 degrees. And if you have 4 main services, just do this, make sure you divide it into 4 sections. But if you have like 6 services like myself, duplicate it, and we can also put this here. Okay, and I think this is too long, so I would want to reduce it. Okay, then I will bring it to middle. I'll delete this and just duplicate this particular line, so we have something like that. Okay, awesome, nice. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to be arranging everything we do in here. So the first thing is I'll come here and duplicate this, position it here, and maybe duplicate this as well and bring it here. So I want to let people know that I just offer digital marketing. Okay, marketing. Okay, then we will reduce the size. Okay, so reduce the size and make sure it's actually standing out. So if you want to make it bold, you can make it bold. Okay, so I'll make it bold, and I think I forgot how to spell marketing. I left the arrow out. So something like this is very cool. We'll position it here. The text, if you want to explain how you work, you can just do that. But I think it's actually necessary just to be able to convince people why they should choose you. Okay, so we can have it here. And if the text is too much, it's just a matter of, reducing the text. So that's all. Don't stress too much. Okay, don't stress too much at all. So I would select all and give some spacing at the bottom over here. Duplicate and position it also over here. Then here I will just say maybe UI/UX. Okay, design. Okay, so this is also what we can have. Select everything, duplicate it, and position this over here. Then over here I will just say web. Okay, web and mobile design. Okay, and I can maybe stretch this one out a little bit. Okay, and maybe pull this one in because we have too much extra space, and drag this in. Okay, so if it's looking so long, I can just trim this and say web development. Okay, and that's something cool we can also have. Select everything and I'll just tuck it in. Yeah, more like that. Okay, so then I just have to make sure everything is aligned beautifully so we can see how things are looking over here. So if you want, you can still copy this, okay, and paste it in here. Okay, so we want it to be here. All right, then change the color to maybe white just so that we can be able to see it. Okay, it's still not visible, but we'll just leave it the way it is. Now what is the next page? So with the next page, we are going to let people know that we work with several clients and we also have a lot of projects we have completed. So let's see how we can be able to do this easily. Okay, yeah, so just press on the add page or click on the add page. I don't know why I keep saying press.
When I want to explain it, my head will be headache me. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so here I would want to add a video, so I'll come here and I'll just choose one of the recently used videos I used. So this video is like a theme and all that. Then what I'm going to do is I'll press R on my keyboard, okay, for a shape, okay, a square shape. I'll position it here, but I can position it anywhere I want. Then I will come here and duplicate this text. Okay, come and bring it here. Let me increase the size. Okay, let me increase the size more. In fact, scrolling is very annoying on this. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'll just say 100 plus. Okay, select all. The color should be white or the gray, kind of like light gray we chose. Okay, then I'll center it. Okay, and bring this one also over here. Then I'll come here and center it. Okay, so I can say 100 plus. Happy client. Okay, happy client. Okay, so we are just putting some statistics over here. So the clients should be plural if they are more than one. Okay, this is something we all learned from school. Anyway, I don't know why I had to say that, but just saying, just in case maybe one day I tend to be an English teacher. You may never know, anything can happen in this life. Okay, so I can duplicate and bring this over here, and I can also say something small. So this is what I'm realizing. Okay, I'm realizing that the video is too much to the down over here, so I'll just move it to the top. Okay, yeah, so something like that, to the top more. All right, then I would say 200. Okay, I know you can't see it because of where my video is. Okay, so I'll move to the top. Yeah, you can see it now. So 200 plus, I would say project. So projects completed. Okay, complete. I've forgotten how to spell completed. So completed. Okay, then I would select the two and move it over here. Select this and also move it over here. Then drag. Okay, so something beautiful and sumptuous. So we have this. Very cool, very easy. If you want to have more, let's say you want to say you have more statistics. I don't know the kind of statistics you want to have on your website, but if there are more, you can just arrange them creatively on this particular section. As easy as that. Okay, so yeah, I think we are done with the most part of it. I'll move this one away. I think this is the shape. Okay, yeah, those shapes are all we had. Then we are going to create our next page. So in the next page, we are going to be showcasing some of the awards we have won and some of our past projects. Okay, so this should be something very quick. We'll just do it quick because I don't want us to stress so much on building this website. Everything should be easy because simplicity always wins. Okay, so I still have this dummy text. Okay, so I'll just select add a new page. I'll drag this down a little bit. Okay, so what are we going to say? I will still duplicate this. Okay, so duplicate it, bring it here, and I use the Ctrl D shortcut to duplicate. Okay, or if you want to duplicate easily, select whatever you want to duplicate. You should see this duplicate. No, this is duplicate page. So right click and you should see duplicate. Ctrl D. Okay, nice. So I'll just say project awards. Nice one. And I may want to brag a little bit, so I'll leave this text in here. Okay, so nice one. Then we want to add the what awards did we get? So I'll come into element and I'll just say awards. Okay, and we should get some nice awards in here. So I'll come into graphics and I'm sure Canva wouldn't disappoint us. So we can see we have some result in here, and if we are to scroll down, there are so many options in here. Okay, I love this one. Okay, I love this one also. And which other one? I think we will need a third one sort of. Okay, so let's see if we can find something cool. So I think I'll just choose this also over here. Okay, so I would arrange them nicely. Okay, so nicely, and this one also here. I'll select all and I'll just reduce the size. Okay, so I'll just move it over here, showcasing the awards we won. Okay, so I think this is very cool. Let's space it out a little bit because we would want to add some text underneath. So I'll duplicate this and I can just say the best Canva creator. Okay, let's assume, who knows, it's always good to dream big because it gets to happen so beautifully. Because there's something I learned from, I think, Steve Harvey, which is the law of attraction. So yeah, I can also say one time, no, not one time, maybe 3 times. Okay, so 3 times mobile design award. Okay, so we can also put this here and make sure it's centered. Okay, duplicate it again, and I think this one is looking like too big to me. I don't know why. Yeah, so I'll position this here, and I think this can be, I'll just save 3 times again since it's 3 stars. So 3 times let's see, Canva challenge. Okay, challenge winner. Yeah, so this is something we can also put there. If you don't have any awards, look, celebrate yourself, or you can just skip this. Okay, so now that we've done all of this, if you can hear the background noise, just pardon me. If you can't, I'm sure then the background remover I used was actually very good. Okay, so I'll press L on my keyboard, okay, to divide this, and I'll come into the line style, reduce the line width to 1. Okay, so something very thin over here. Then we want to just showcase or talk about our past project. Okay, things we have actually worked on in the past. Okay, so I will just select this and I'll just see past project. So past projects like this, and we'll just drag all of this, just making sure everything is looking clean. And I would move this to the top a little bit, or we can click and drag this down. Okay, so I'll come into photos, okay, and just try to find photos I can use for this sample. Okay, so I can choose this at the moment. Okay, and I would reduce it. Okay, so this could be a project we've worked on in the past. Okay, so something like this. All right, and we'll just fix some cool text in here. So I can just maybe say this one was for, let's say, business brainer. Okay, and I can duplicate it, and I can also have this over here, and let me duplicate this over here too. Okay, then I can just look for any other nice thing in here. So I can also put this maybe over here, and we'll just change the name to maybe Albright Design Agency. Okay, so you can have as many as you want, but I'm just putting 2 in here. So just don't think that you only have to put 2. You can put more than you want. Okay, nice one. Okay, so the last thing we would want to do, or last but one thing we would want to do, is to add something beautiful, which is our past clients we've worked on. So what we can do is we can actually decrease this. Okay, and you can duplicate this and have it over here. Okay, all right, if you can just say our cherished partners. So our cherished partners, and we'll just increase it like this. And I think there's no need to explain, or maybe there's a need to explain. or just write something before showcasing clients you've actually worked with. Okay, so I'll reduce this and come into element, and I'll just search for logos. Okay, so in here I'm just going to put a number of logos in here. Okay, so any logo I feel like can be a good sign of credibility, I'll just put it here. So we worked with NASA, we worked with Pinterest, we worked with Discord, Intel, Airbnb, and Snapchat. We've worked with all of these people. Yeah, believe it or not. This is actually funny. Oh my goodness. So I would reduce it because these people are proud people we've worked with, so why not? We'll showcase them nicely on our website. Okay, now just place this in here and select all of this and reduce the size. Okay, making sure everything's just looking beautiful on your website. So I'll place this in here and maybe put NASA over here and Airbnb. Okay, then maybe I can just reduce this one also. Okay, I'll reduce this one as well and I'll delete this. Okay, so this is what we would want to have on our website. Nice. Okay, so let me just speed up the process. I just want to dress these things. All right, so this is what we have done. So now we are going to showcase our team members and we are going to do this in a creative style, and I really loved how I did it when I was actually trying to build this whole thing. Let me show you what I did. So I just duplicated again. Okay, and I just love whoever came up with copy and paste. Okay, so we'll just say team. Okay, now make it, I'll center it, then increase the size. Okay, so once you increase the size, you'd have something like this. Okay, so it's very easy. We'll just say something small over here, copy and paste, because this website, I'm sure the template should be available for you. Okay, so let me know in the chat or in the comment section if you want to buy this template. Just, it's not going to be expensive, but just so you can support the channel, so that we can always be able to come up with more design stuff for you. Ouch, I just hit myself. Anyway, so press L on your keyboard, come to the line weight and reduce this to 1 again. Okay, then reduce the size, increase the line, the length of the line, and depending on the number of team members you have, you are going to do this in an interesting way. So put this here and I will duplicate this. Okay, reduce the size, I'll bring it here, and let's say the first team member, I'll just put myself, so Benny. Okay, Tesh. Okay, and I will just drag this and reduce the size. Okay, so you can see what we are doing. So Benny Tesh, then I will duplicate this and position it over here. So who am I? Maybe I'm a verified Canva creator. Okay, in the team, and I'll increase the size. Okay, so we'll reduce this and position it here. Okay, then we would want to duplicate bring this one down over here. Alrighty, alright. Then the next person can be, let's see, Jessica Baron. I don't know who Jessica Baron is, but just in case there's someone called Jessica Baron, then that's a coincidence. So this can be digital marketing expert. Okay, then we can duplicate and have this also over here. Then we'll select all and just say maybe Simon Wilson. Okay, and he might be a website developer. Okay, developer. Okay, so this is what we have. So we want to add an arrow in there. So come to element and search for arrow. Okay, and you can choose any arrow of your choice. So I can choose this, reduce the size. I want a very thin arrow. Yes, then we'll use position. Okay, so select the arrow, make sure you are in position, then come to 45 degrees. Okay, so negative 45 instead. Okay, to something like this, and we'll position it here, which means that we are going to redirect people to maybe their Instagram page or something. So duplicate, position this one also over here, duplicate it, and this should be nice. So what we can also do, and this is not something I did initially, is I can select all these arrows. Okay, bring it here a little bit, and depending on their social media icons, so I can just come and search for Instagram. So you can also do the same, search for Instagram and just choose it. Okay, so no, I think I love this one instead. So we'll reduce the size, okay, to this, and we'll just place it here, which means that we are directing people to their Instagram. And let's see if Threads is already, if there's anything on Threads. Lovely, so quick. So maybe we'll also bring this in here and just put this over here. Okay, yeah, and we'll reduce the size to duplicate and position this to over here and duplicate. So this is what we have also here. Okay, I think I love this. I really love this. I really really love this. And now we are going to be showcasing, some few other things, which is maybe our blog, and we'll also create the call to action for the website. Okay, so let's come in here and we'll just create a new page. Okay, so I would reduce this, come into add a page. Okay, and we can just say news and articles. Okay, so I'll copy this. Okay, so I'll copy this, paste it here, news and articles. Okay, then we'll just put it over here, and this is what we are going to do. So we'll just choose photos, random photos. Okay, so because we just want to create something cool. So if you have a blog maybe elsewhere, you can link it. Okay, and if not, you can just skip this particular section. Okay, so this is what I'm just going to do. Let me just copy and paste it over here. Okay, and I'll just put it here, and I'll reduce the size, and we put this one also over here, and I can just say the art of design. Okay, so this is just a sample heading, and we just use the left alignment. Now I can say published December 2022. Okay, so this is what we can also do. We also use the left alignment. Okay, but this can be a little bit smaller. All right, then we'll put this here. Then we can put a line. Okay, so let me just copy this line, copy and paste this line, and we'll reduce the line by pressing and holding on shift. Okay, so you can see, don't worry, just position the line here, come to position and choose 0. Okay, then we'll just drop it down a little bit, something like that. Then we can just say read more. Okay, so read more, because we want people to be readers, so we'll make it bold and we'll reduce the size to something like this, and we'll position it here. So I can just select all of those, duplicate it, position this here, and if I want to have another one, I think I can do that, but it means I would have to reduce all of this to something like that. Alrighty, now one last thing we would have to do is to create our call to action. Okay, so the call to action, make sure you have one last page. I'll delete this, and since I want the call to action to stand out, I'll choose this color. Okay, so it's a dark gray, which is 252627. Alright, then I would copy and paste this text, make sure it's standing out, and the color has to be maybe white or gray. Okay, then all I'll just say is we would love to work with you. As beautiful as that, I'm going to center it. Okay, or since we have all of this aligned to the left, we can also align it to the left. Okay, and make it bigger. You get it? Yeah. Then we can create a very simple button. So press R on your keyboard for a button, come to the color, choose no color. Okay, and come to the border style, choose this border, the regular one. Then with the corner rounding, increase it, okay, too much, like that, and reduce everything like this. Okay, so very nice, very easy, very sweet, very everything. Then put it here, increase it more. Then we'll change the color, okay, to this gray color, like that, the lighter gray we already had. Then we are going to put in a text in here. So I will choose maybe this text, copy and paste it in here. Then I'll just position it here, come to the color and make it lighter so that we can see it. Now just say send us an email. Okay, and trim this text in here. And I would want to put this kind of arrow inside. Okay, so paste it, position it in here, okay, and change the color to something we already had initially. Alright, which is the lighter gray. And this is what we have at the moment. Beautiful, exquisite, and everything. It's given everything. It's given. So the last thing is, let's add this footer page over here. We are not going to actually do anything. We are just going to make it look legal and all that. So we'll trim this, trim it. Take your time when you're trimming it, because Canva can be messing up sometimes. Okay, then all we are going to say is, in fact, put this text here, change the color to something darker. Okay, then we'll just select it and just say all rights reserved. All rights reserved. Then I'll just say maybe 2022 to 2023. Okay, this is what we have at the moment, and you can come here and search for copyright. Is it this? Okay, yeah, I think copyright. We should see the R. We should see the C. Yeah, and I can reduce it and position it maybe here. Then move this to somewhere like this, and you can see what we have at the moment. So yes, this is something we have been able to create inside of Canva without even stressing ourselves, and I hope you're able to find this tutorial helpful. There are two things I have for you: Canva Pro, my workshop recordings, and my templates. All of these are for free. The links can be found in the description box below. So yes, hit on the like button button, hit on the subscribe button, comment if you have any questions. The name is Benjamin. Always remember there is no limit to creativity, and I should see you in my next tutorial.
Yeah, I started on a 50 mil lens. Now I'm about to bag 50 mil yen. I can shoot all day, I got stamina. Turtleneck on with my camera, yeah. Stay creamy, man, that's what they say.